All right, I'm on hole number 2 of the Pacific Cup. I'm in Monday's qualifying round in the rookie division. I'm in my 99 account, so I got low level stuff. Low level, T4 and below. I have a few T5 clubs that I've got. I have one in the Golden Shot. So hole number 2 is at Kung Ho Park, Kung Ho Resort, and it's hole number 9. All right. Now, what I normally do in one-on-one is I go this way. And I'm playing this from the second tee, so I find it easier to go this way. It's a super hard shot, and I carry a bag with a big topper and a big dog just for holes like this. Those two clubs match up together for shots like this, and it's one shot out here, next shot on the green. But you have zero chance for Albie, no chance for Albie. So the Albie shot is to come out here and lay up to try and get to the shadow, and then from the shadow, you're coming into the cup. And you want to be just a little bit short of the cup as far as your ball guide. So like here's the cup, here's the flagpole. You want to be just a little short because it seems like it's going downhill and it'll roll a little bit faster than what the ball guide's showing. So the ball guide terminates, but it rolls past that a little. So if you stop right at the cup, you'll end up behind it to the point where if you were in the right trajectory, you may bounce off the flagpole or bounce out of the cup. So it doesn't have to be a long ways in front, but I've noticed that it does lie just a titch. 10% on the drive. And there are several holes in this tournament where I don't normally pay attention to the drive shots as far as like doing some elevation change because I always leave myself a lot of room on my drives. But this is one of those holes because of this little window here. I'm going to try and hit this with a QB. I don't know if I can make it with a QB. I don't think my QB's high enough. And that really blows. Because you really want to go, if you've got, I'm not sure if my QB right there, it might have enough distance. Maybe. It might not have enough topspin, though. I may have to shoot. I really don't want to shoot it with my extra mile. It's so much better to shoot these types of shots with a club that's got better accuracy. So I'm going to bring a quarterback. I think that's in my number 2 bag. Quarterback and a Viper. Those should be the only 2 things I need other than a Kingmaker. And if that doesn't work, I'll bring my number 1 bag and do it with the extra mile. And I think the extra mile on this account hits 2.5 per ring or worse. QB is 100. All right, just making some notes here. Hopefully that QB will make it up there. I won't have the distance I'm looking for because it only has 3 topspin. But if you've got a club that's got a lot of topspin, you don't want to put a lot of topspin on it. I come out here from the second tees, you can do a max overpower shot with a Marlin, and you won't get into this rough area with a big topper. And you can put on all of the curl and all of the topspin, and you can get that ball way down there to the end. And then if you got a big dog, you can do the same exact shot, a shot that's got tons of curl on it. But you only have to use a couple backspin, and you can just end up on the green. But from out here, you really do have no shot for out. I mean, you can get up there, but it's not like that. That shot's not, that's no bueno. No bueno, as my nephew says. He thinks it's cool. We give him props for that. Okay, there's 1, there's 2. Do a 10% overpull. There's 3-9. Put a little bit of that back into it, just a little. Hitting it perfect. See what kind of run up I can get on that. I'm going to be way short of that shadow, so that's going to put me, I'll have to put a lot of topspin on it. I'm not sure how much topspin this Viper has. I think it only has like 3. So if you're coming at this hole right here, and you want to go the way that my opponent's going, you got to bring a big dog. And a big dog is going to get you up into this range right here. And you put on max right-hand side spin, about 2 backspin. Aim it straight forward with that wind. And a max curl shot. And it'll end up on the green. But you have no idea where it's going to end up on the green. And you'll have to adjust that backspin several times to get it right. It'll either be like 1 backspin or 2 backspin, but it'll be a little bit of backspin. And it'll either get you right up by the cup or it'll get you on the edge over here so that you can do a chip on. What you don't want to do is bleed off into the sand. Yeah, I don't know if this club has enough topspin to get me up there. One 9, and that's 1 ring. It's 1.9 per ring. I'm going to do just a titch of overpower. Not enough to make the needle go faster. Hitting it perfect. Probably didn't need to put that overpower on there. I might have. Just a bit outside. This is a super easy shot here. Don't worry about those. Don't worry about that little branch right there. What you can do to compensate for that is to pull back into the area you think you need to go. Put on the back, because you'd want to do a backspin on this shot. And then aim towards that tree limb and then curl it around it. It'll walk right around that tree limb. That tree limb won't even be in a play. So instead of going straight and hitting the tree limb, your ball guide doesn't reflect your curl. Curl's not represented in the ball guide. You have to eyeball it and look at it and go, hey, if I put curl on, it's going to go in that direction. And so that's not represented in your ball guide. So when I see people do that all the time where they clip the trees like that and they freak out about it and they keep moving it away from the trees, leave it right there. You're going to go around that if you put curl on it. And what you needed to do on that shot in order to get on the hole is put curl on it. Don't worry about those trees. All right. That was about as good as good an Albie look as I'm going to end up getting on that if I bring that combo. But that, for these low-level clubs, is a safe way. That's going to be one of those holes that, like my opponent, is going to get caught up and get a birdie on there. And in a lot of the low-level accounts, if I can go there and make sure I get an eagle every time and at least give myself a look at Albie, with low-level clubs, that is the goal right there. All right, that was hole number 2 of the Pacific Cup in Monday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.